All right, I was going to do a quick rundown on how my product hunt launch went for Hello Web Design last week. Basically, it did way better than I thought it was going to. I reached number 5 for products for the day, which for a design book that's not Google or something huge, I thought was really awesome that people liked it enough to get to number 5. I actually didn't know it was going to be number 5 until that little badge popped up on it because it was number 6 and there was a sponsored or paid or advertising post above it all day long. And so I thought it was number 6, and then later found out that probably that's ineligible for that ranking. So lovely surprise to be number 5, which I believe number 5 means you get into the newsletter, but I never actually checked whether it got into newsletter. But yeah, you get it. So it did better than I thought it was going to, which is really great. And a little bit about the process. I haven't done a product hunt launch in a long time. And the last one I did, if I look back at Hello Web App, there's no images. So I'm assuming images didn't exist back then. So this time I had to teach myself a lot of new things and spent probably about 2.5 weeks fretting about what was going to go into the post beforehand, because you can only do it once. And that was really scary to me because back in the day, Product Hunt was one of the biggest drivers of revenue to the Hello Web App launch. And I hadn't done one for Hello Web Design when it was actually launched last November. So I spent all the beginning of January fretting about what images am I going to use? What's my content? And then I'll put in the post, but there's something about the application process for Product Hunt that really confused me because the description field isn't in. It's like the first page is your makers, and then you put in your tagline, and you put in your photos, and then it's like submit. And I'm like, where is the description field? So there were some things that were confusing. I was also confused about when to post because the Product Hunt says you can post whenever, but do it before, I think, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then there's still other posts that were recent that said, do it as early as possible, post it at 3 a.m. Eastern time. And I was like, I don't want to get up that early, but I will if that gives my posts a larger chance of success. I ended up splitting the difference and posting it as soon as I got up at like 7:15 a.m. Eastern time. So 4 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know. But in terms of things that did well, that helped out is I have a group community, 1,000 true fans. I don't know. People around me, I'm really happy that I can throw this at my email list and some people without asking will jump in and send reviews and support me. And it's if you're watching this, if you're one of those people, thank you so much. Seriously, it makes my day. So lucky and so honored and just So that helps a lot, having this group, this community or whatever I've been building over the last few years, following me on my email list and supporting me when I do stuff like this. One thing that was confusing is that the the Product Hunt posts didn't have a lot of discussion. Every other post on Product Hunt had people asking questions, people saying, cool, this looks good. And mine was just quiet. Even at one point, I was like, I'm just going to do another comment so it looks more active on the outside. And then that comment, I'll be like, here's the questions I think should be asked, which is silly. No one actually responded to it. But I don't know, found it confusing. I think it shows that there was more people who knew me already that were supporting the post and upvoting it than people who didn't know me. I don't know. Or haven't heard. I don't know. Yeah, and in the blog post, you can see my breakdown in terms of revenue and traffic and all that. I try to be very clear and honest so people can see how it actually worked out for me. It's made a few $1,000s, which is awesome. Nothing huge, but definitely a huge. I mean, you can see like my previous days for sales is like 0, 1, 0, 1. Not much. And that was pretty cool to see it. See a huge jump in my bank account. It's very needed that. And the other odd thing was that I sold mostly paperbacks and not videos, which was videos before. And I think it's because when I did the Product Hunt before, the Product Hunt post didn't allow photos. So people were heading over and seeing that I had videos for sale and pre-ordering that. Whereas this post, I could add the photos. And of course, I went to beautiful photos of my gorgeous books. which I think primed people to want the paperback option because I'm not that clear that you can get the paperback with the video option. It's something I'm working on. It's something I don't have a clear answer on, but it's definitely interesting. It's interesting to see that happened, and it's something I'm going to investigate. So that's my Product Hunt post. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to ping me on Twitter, or don't respond on YouTube. I never see questions for some reason, or you can. I'll try to find it. Anyways, ask questions. I'll try to find it. Otherwise, I will see you next week.